Hi, hello everyone. Hi, this is Souradeep here, and I welcome everyone in the uh, post-market analysis session. So, those who are new to this session, I just wanted to repeat that this is a session that is structured in a way in which the first half an hour I share my analysis, my view of the market, that how it is going to do the next week, and Vivek sir then for the next half an hour discusses about the market view next week. Now, in this session, because there is very little time, there is little scope of question and answer. So it is basically a monologue. Those who are in the TMP or in the club can anyway ask our questions here. The club members can ask our questions and we can to you right now. Am I audible to you right now? Okay, okay. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. So somehow my voice was not audible in the first place. I'm sorry for that inconvenience. So I will start right now. This is Souradeep, and as you all know that we structure this weekend session in a way in which first half an hour for the first half an hour I share my market view on the next week, and then the next half an hour Vivek sir shares his uh, market view. For those who are in the club, they can ask their question in the club platform here in the fundamental, technical, or stocks ideas later. And if you have any question as a TMP participant, you can ask your question in the TMP group. But in this section, in this half an hour part, for each one of us. It is very difficult to take question from your side, and this is not a question answer session. So want to make you understand in the very beginning, because a lot of you may be thinking that we are posting questions and not being answered. This is the structure of the session that we have decided, that we will share our view for the next week, and not the it is not possible to actually take a lot of questions. Okay, thank you. So let us start now. I will start with a very important number that has come just now. The world was waiting. This is about job creation in the USA, and it is a non-farm payroll number. So see, last month, so the previous reading, that means for the month of August, they had created almost 366k jobs. Now this time, this has come to 194k. This is a horribly bad number, and actually this will force the Federal Reserve to remain accommodative for longer period of time. This just came before we started. 8:30 is their time, so this came, and see, 194k. So jobs are not enough being created in the US market, and that is actually good for market, because the Fed will remain in an accommodative stance. They will push the raising of rates later, and that's how what will happen is that the market will find more money to go up. Okay, so if you look at this data, and if we look at the market, how the market might have reacted after this. So let me show you this place, the dollar index and everything. So immediately after the data came on, let us look at the how dollar index reacted. So as expected, if I look at the 5 minutes chart, you can see that how dollar index have fallen, and that is quite obvious, because what has happened is that a very bad job number, that means Fed has to remain accommodative, and that's how it is falling. If you look at US 10-year yield, this yield might have also fallen. So uh, actually it is a 5 minutes chart, but we will look at this yield after it stabilize a bit, but you will see this yield also falling. If you look at the yield chart, this is the yield chart. So this was going up in expectation of US raising rate, but after the ugly job data, you will see this will cool down possibly, and that is how the market will find more strength to go up. And the best thing about, and you can see after the moment the data is announced, how US dollar index is in the correction mode, and that will actually be very strong indication for market. That will be very strong indication for market to go up, because if dollar index falls, and if this one cools down, and you can see it is cooling down in real time. See, the moment it was 1.604, the high was 1.601, and it has come down to 1.563, and soon it will go below 1.5. This is US yield. So when US yield comes down, and when the dollar index come down, that is positive for market. You can see how sharply this is reacting, and due to this, you may see the gold actually moving up. See, 1774. If you look at the gold chart, if you look at the 5 minutes chart, you will understand how it has predictably jumped after the data. Okay, it was a very easy opportunity, and you might have seen everything jumping. Okay, the crude, everything, because dollar is coming down, every commodity will have a kind of jump. So you can see the crude is jumping, and if we talk about the crude, see, crude has crossed the weekly level, high levels of this level 70, 77, and if it eventually crosses 80, there is a high probability, there is a very high probability for crude to go higher the way it is going. But right now, what you are seeing, the reaction of the non-farm payroll data, and see, until the next non-farm data comes next month, that is in November, they will report October data, you may find market quite a bit bullish. And I want to show you something. This Dow Jones indices, this Dow Jones futures. See, after a lot of days, like from March, Dow Jones is in the small range of 32,000 to 35,000, 10% range. But after a lot of days, Dow is on the verge of breaking higher possibly, and once it crosses 35,000, I think it can rally based on the data that has come on. It can possibly rally towards 36,500, 37,000, and if that happens, you can see in Nifty we may head slowly towards the 20K level. Okay, so keep in mind today's non-farm payroll data, which is very essential, and possibly Monday you may see a very strong gap up due to this. This was a very important data because Fed was thinking that inflation is high, and why inflation is high. Let me explain you. See, this is the coal chart, and this is market.businessinsider.com. So you can see that coal price was near the range of 50 to maximum around 75, 60. Now what happened is last few days, the coal prices from the end of August of value of 160, already it was quite high and it has gone up to almost 280 to 90. Okay, so now coal has started cooling down, and if I show you coal coal stock, if I search by coal stock, you will find the situation, and we discussed in last week also. So see, you can see before that everywhere this is news. Okay, so what is happening right now is that India is dependent on the imported coal, because for its power requirement 75% of the coal is produced by Coal India, and the remaining they import, and the import prices are going up in world market. You might have heard that in China a lot of places are going powerless, or a lot of industries are shutting down because of the scarcity of coal, and that is all on the verge of hitting India also, because in India also 15 20 power plants have no coal, and the remaining have only 4 days of coal left. So because of the heavy rain in August and September, which are peak production months, the production was lower, while electricity demand has risen 17%, and that is why India is facing an acute power shortage issue, impending power shortage issue. But what can help? As we enter November, the weather becomes a lot more cooler, and that's why the requirement of running air condition all across India goes down, and power demand goes down. So what may happen that we may just be saved by the weather becoming cooler, and government may be increasing the coal India production all across by 20-30% by the time next summer reaches us. So this may be a solution, because coal prices are going up, and all countries like Europe, China, many other countries, you will find that facing this issue, and coal prices are almost 4 times the normal, and it is very difficult to pass on this power, because at this high power many industries would actually have a margin loss. Now you can I will share coal cement, so you will find that what is happening right now, uh, this has come. Okay, so this has come that how coal crunch is impacting cement production. If cement production is impacted, what will happen is that the production of the construction work will stop, and we will face a problem. There was a similar article in Energy World, like that how in the Chennai, how what is happening is that this crunch of coal is actually reducing the cement production. The cement is requirement for building, real estate, everything. So that is a kind of impact we can have if the coal crunch really hits us. So keep on monitoring, because I keep on posting this in my Twitter handle and in my TMP groups many a times. If you see, I keep on posting about this about this Twitter about this coal issues regularly. So you can see I continue to post about the coal and natural gas issues regularly, how it is impacting our country. So you can see from very early, I'm just mentioning about the coals, that how it is going to impact, and in the club and in the TMP also, I continue to mention about this whole aspect, how it is going to impact us. So it is a very important thing to remember. And as I say that we will revisit, see, you can see that it might have cooled down a lot, and it is trying to go up, but it may eventually have more cool down, and we may see the energy prices going up. Now, this is the macro backdrop, and in terms of macro backdrop, we may see that Nifty actually moving up. Okay, this is the Nifty monthly chart. So, a little bit consolidation for a couple of months, but now it is time for Nifty to go up. Okay, now I am coming to the daily chart of the index, because that is our day-to-day trading. Okay, now if I talk about Nifty, possibly above 18,000, we will see right now that it is going above 18,000, and possibly we can see another 800-900 point very quick amount of time. Now, if I go to Nifty IT, the most important index, this has actually turned around. Okay, so I told you that there is a possibility that it will turn around after consolidation in this region. Not necessarily, because last week in the weekly chart we found a bearish engulfing. We will go down, and as expected, because this was a support line, Nifty actually turned around. So today I gave you in the TMP and in the club the Mindtree stock. Okay, so Mindtree remains a preferred stock for going ahead. Also, I also uh, given you Tata Elxsi in this week in the TMP. Okay, when I say you, I mean TMP. So it has gone up, and possibly it will go up more. Okay, happiest mind, you can keep an eye, expect it to break out, having a good support here. Possibly it will break out. So we'll have this as a breakout level and monitor it. And TCS, if I talk about TCS had made an all lifetime high today. See if it sustains above this 4,000. If sustains above this 4,000, we can see again quite a big run of 1,000 points if it's keep on sustaining about 4,000 and goes ahead. Okay. Now, if I talk about this chart, this I discuss every. This is when COVID crisis. This is March, and since then you can see how India has outperformed major global markets here. You can see right now that from the COVID low, we are up 121%, and the second best index is Nasdaq, which is up 98%, and Indian IT is up 211%. So you can understand the kind of outperformance India has given, kind of outperformance Indian market, Indian economy has shown, and that is why this has been possible. And the worst performing are, you have to understand, the UK, the China, the Europe, the Nikkei, and uh, US is one of the better performer with 65%, and India has been the best performer index. So here you can see all the indices. Okay, like China, Taiwan, Russia. Europe, France, Germany, UK, uh, UK. You have the Saudi index here. So this kind of, so what happens in life is that what is expensive become more expensive, keeps on become more expensive. Okay, and stocks or indices which are weak remain weaker. Okay, so India can outperform again and move on the upside. And if I talk about the sectors that are going to lead this thing, just a second. So this is the relative strength chart. So you can see the auto had made a strong comeback. So our team has given auto stocks quite a lot this week, and I have given M&M, which have again rallied. Raja have given about Tata Motors, which have rallied great. Okay, so we have discussed quite a bit about the auto stocks and the real estate index. Obviously, it did great this week. So one of the top performing real estate index. And uh, energy is quite obvious because crude prices are going up, natural gas prices, coal prices are going up. So you have to keep an eye on all this. So if I talk to you about the natural gas, I would like to talk a little bit about natural gas futures here. So and I will like to show you monthly charts so you can see that I think situation is building up. If it stays above $7, that we may go to this $14 $13 level which happened in 2005 and 8, based on the kind of winter the Europe and the USA is having in the north hemisphere. So keep an eye on the energy space. In that case, obviously market may not be find enough steam to go up. But what India is right now not having is that a premium for having less trouble compared to the world. In the world right now, US is suffering from high corona death rate, and if you see major economies, they are finding like Europe in what is happening, Europe, China, they are finding problem with the availability gas and electricity. So India is right now in a spot which is less troubled, and that's why India is having this kind of valuation premium. Okay, uh, and the situation may suddenly change if India has a uh, so situation may suddenly change if India have another COVID wave, and God forbid that does not happen. Because during the time of April, May, India actually outperformed for this particular period. See, at that time, most indices were going up and we underperformed. Okay, so during April, May, we underperformed, and suddenly, if there is a COVID wave, things can change. But right now, things are better for India at this moment. And I will like to show you one thing. This high crude prices have started taking a toll on India, right? If you look at this, this is the fourth week that Indian Forex Reserve has come down from 641. Every week it is coming down $1 billion. Not a big deal. When it gains almost 5, 6 billion, 10 billion, 15 billion in a week. But this high crude prices, this coal prices taking a toll on Indian forest reserve. So you can see slowly the balance of power is going away from India because of this high energy prices. Okay, so this is this about stocks. I'm very bullish about the Nifty Realty. Vivek sir have also posted about this many a times. So see, this is the Nifty Realty Index, and I'm going to the weekly chart. See, it looks very beautiful. I have given Shobha with a very large target. Okay, Shobha, if you see, with a very large target, I have given around 1140. Brigade. Okay, Brigade Enterprise looks beautiful for much higher level. Uh, these are weekly charts. This Oberoi Realty is the all-time hero. Okay, in this pack, and though it has not crossed high, but it will probably cross high, and the leader of the pack is Godrej Properties. Okay, so very looking very bullish. Okay, so realty sector, keep and watch. possibly going to going to do good, especially these are organized players, especially in the luxury segment. So for them, the cement price or the coal price, that much effect it does not have in the luxury segment like Brigade. Prestige is one company like that. Sorry, Prestige Estate. Yes, Prestige is one of the company in South in the luxury segment. So for them, this price hike in the cement on does not mean a lot. So these stocks may keep on going up. Have a look on this. So for the next week, as I said, uh, like Reliance is very bullish. Okay, so this comes in the in lot of index. I would say this Reliance is very bullish, and possibly Reliance is going to lead this bull run. And I have said much ago that I expect Reliance to reach this 3300 level. So I have told at least 3300 level and higher. So this is on this path. So this chart I made on that very day when Reliance crossed this 2300. So possibly it is towards, because what happens is that when crude prices goes up, Reliance benefits a lot. Why? Let me tell you. If Reliance buys crude today, it will sell after refining it. So by the time it refined crude, if the crude prices goes up, what will happen? The selling price of the refined product goes up. So when the crude prices is going up, Reliance have a effect of a increasing gross refining margin. And if again Reliance gross refining margin, keep on reading about it, goes beyond $9-10, you will find that Reliance eventually moving very fast towards the 3300, and it can move even higher also later. But for now, it can move towards this 3300 level. Okay, Bharti, which is a counterpart of Reliance in Nifty Infra, is taking a breather, had come down. So I expect it to come down to 642. It did not come down. Have to see the price action, because see, long range had been broken, and this stock gives a lot of hiccup even in journey to go up. So many times it get resisted, but eventually it may go up. Okay, Nifty Auto is doing very good, and I have discussed about we have discussed about uh, Tata Motors, which is looking great after this breakout, and possibly poised for at least 440 450 level. Raja has given this stock, and I have given Mahindra and Mahindra. So this is also looking great. Okay, possibly we break this high and go. A Sports is looking good. Possibly we'll break these highs and go. Right now a flat consolidation. Maruti actually reversed from a very critical level. So if I show you the daily chart, you will understand that Maruti has come to a very critical support level. Okay, so like this was the trend line, and if you join, it came back here, it is going higher. So given that auto sales were down earlier because of the unavailability of chips, and things are possibly getting better, we may see rally in the auto stock, and auto index is showing very beautiful. All other index, if I talk about metals, okay, so does not look very great to me, because this is in a range. Okay, Nifty Pharma, again, pharma is not a story of a, because in different stocks in pharma are differently valued. Like Cipla has fallen a lot, and you can see Cipla, how Cipla has fallen. On the other hand, Sun Pharma look buoyant. So it is very different for different stocks in pharma. It is very difficult to take a sector wise call for pharma in general. And last is Nifty FMCG. So coming back to support, can bounce from here, have to keep, but not having a momentum. Last is Nifty Bank. I would like to discuss. See, what is happening is that bank is a bit range bound, but I expect soon it to break 38,300 and go towards this 40,000 or 40,100, especially after this data. Especially after this data, this DX may fall, this US government bond may fall, and this because the RBI policy today was very accommodative, and if this 35,000 is crossed in Dow and it sustains over, it start rallying, our bank Nifty may also take part. So right now I will hand it over to Vivek sir, and thanks everybody for listening it, and I will hand it over to Vivek sir. Hi sir, can you hear me?
Hi, hi, I can hear you.
Hi,
Are
I
you
can
able to
hear
hear me?
you. Are you? Fine,
Hello,
fine,
everyone.
sir. Go
Thank
ahead.
you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Souradeep. Good evening, everyone. Last weekend, I was unfortunately not there to take the session. Actually, not unfortunately, I had to be there in the award ceremony. So last weekend, we got the Times Award. So it's a matter of pride for the entire organization to be collecting these awards and recognitions. I mean, Shorodip always makes my life so easy. He pretty much in the first half an hour, he tries to, I mean, he pretty much sums up the market mood and what's happening in global markets and how he's looking at market. So I actually don't have much to speak because whatever he has spoken, whatever views he has given, I'm in total sync to the views which he has given. So quickly, let me just quickly talk about few things here. First thing first is dollar index. Well, somehow I feel that dollar index always looks at my chart, and whenever I think there is some resistance or support waiting, it acts. So dollar index, it tried to cross that ultimate 94-ish level. So you see it's a broader range. And when it tries to cross this level, it has stopped here. So see what will happen every time dollar will make a move, there will be jitteriness in the market. But when dollar stops and stays for some time, you will see market immediately going back to that bullish fancy. So exactly what is happening, market is looking at dollar index, but because the dollar index stopped somewhere, market resumed its journey, which market wants to resume. So Nifty, as we have always said, is definitely strong, but don't look at Nifty at all to make judgment. It's good to look at Nifty, what it is doing, where it is going, but do not plan your positions based on Nifty. And I've been telling this, we have been telling this, that strong stocks and looking out for stocks where there is strength, and having the perfect combination of stocks where there is strong strength is something which you guys should look at, and I'm sure you guys are now well trained into looking at this. We have StockEdge club members here and we have TMP members, so I'll welcome both the members in this discussion. So market looks pretty much okay till dollar doesn't cross this important range of around 94.50-ish. So just keep on playing the strong stock story, and almost 18,000 is here. By Diwali it will be cemented. I recorded this video with Chetan Bhai. 18,500, 18,600 is also most likely going to happen, but focus on stocks. There's so much activity happening in the stocks. Let's go and see what is happening in the sectors. IT sector, I mean, I'm bullish on IT. I'm perpetual bullish on IT. So whenever you get any correction in IT, don't get disturbed. These corrections are opportunity to buy. So IT will always be buy for me, and mid cap IT stocks will do far better than large cap IT stocks. So always be bullish on IT and find out stocks which are hyperactive right now to get into those stocks every time they fall. PSU banks, I don't trust them, but of late, because of the bad loan bank now established, I think PSU banks will again do good. So my top pick in PSU Bank is always State Bank of India and Bank of Baroda. So look at those stocks. Every time this sector increases, you can look at those stocks, but it's not a reliable sector to put your money except except State Bank of India and probably Bank of Baroda. Small cap is surprisingly continue to do good. Now this is my worry, that small cap is still outperforming the market. I think market will top when small cap will continue to outperform and Nifty will stop performing. But abhi to koi scene nahi hai. I think market small cap is still in a party mood. Media, I don't trade media stocks because I find them very unpredictable. Auto has been quite a revelation. Overall, I'm not seeing many auto stocks showing strength uh, in my analysis, but clearly auto is breaking out. What a lovely number for Mahindra and Mahindra, the new car booking and the kind of numbers. And it's also a cyclical sector. So when interest rates are low, auto also does very good. The only problem with auto is that shortage of chip. Once the semiconductor shortage is resolved, which doesn't look an immediate solution, but once that resolution is there, I think auto sector will fly like anything. And trust me, you and me will not be able to know the resolution. People insider, they will get the first information about the resolution. And the way auto sector is now performing, clearly there is some resolution happening in the semiconductor problem. So be bullish on auto. You can't afford to be bearish on auto anymore. So either you can wait for these levels to break to be convincingly bullish, or you can start building your position in auto stocks. Reality, I've always said the reality is positive, but you need to have a very strong heart, because one day it will go down, one day it will go up. Private banks and NBFCs are not doing good, but pockets of NBFCs will do good. I think housing finance companies, they should do far better than consumer finance companies. So here I am bullish. And metals, I think, had its own rally. They are consolidating now, but definitely a breakout in this will also lead to a next levels. All in all, I think the overall breadth of the market with so many sectors showing positivity, I think market is definitely positive. So you guys should stay invested in market, figure out strong stocks, particularly high momentum stocks, and continue riding them. If you are part of TMP, you are part of StockEdge Club, which is, StockEdge Social is a platform. On a continuous basis, we are sharing ideas, we are discussing things with you guys. So take advantage of this fantastic platform we have built. Do not take it lightly. Look at the post, like Ankit recently posted Nazara. He posted Nazara almost 3 months ago. And this is a great platform for serious market participants. So please take advantage of this fantastic ecosystem we have created. I can still see that a lot of people are not logged in StockEdge Social. I feel bad about it, because when we are doing so many things, why aren't we taking advantage of these things? Stock specific, I think Souradeep is the best guy to talk about stock specific, but I always say that Eagle is the segment which you should look at, especially if you are a momentum trader. I think Eagle stocks have higher propensity of continued momentum. So look at for these stocks. And last time I discussed with you how to pull Eagle stocks into trading view. Let me do that again. And this time, in filter, I will not keep major stocks. I will keep all NSE stocks. So these are all NSE stocks which are Eagle. Let me download. Sorry for repeat for people who have already seen this process. Once you download the Excel is right here in front of you. Insert a column here. What we need to do is this and comma, this and like this. So you basically have to add comma after symbol. Once you have done that, you copy and let me go to my watch list, Eagle watch list. Let me delete all first. Delete it. Okay. You can create a new watch list. So you know how to create a new watch list, make a list. Sorry. So create a new list. So I've created a list called Eagle plus, and I paste. And I paste and I see all the Eagle stocks right here in front of me. This is all Eagle stocks, okay? So all Eagle stocks available for you. And this template is something which I've shared with everyone how to build this. If you have not seen this template, if you have not seen my videos, please go to youtube.com/Vivek Bajaj. I've shared everything free of cost. So you go there and there's nothing hidden. I've shared everything free of cost. So you just go to the playlist. If you have not seen this Learn to Trade, please see all the videos of Learn to Trade. And if you want that specific template study, then please go to session number 31, where I've explained the strategy to all of you. So go through this strategy, make this template, and then go through each and every stock here. Every time a stock gives a relative strength breakout, price breakout with a strong relative strength, there is a tendency that the stock will outperform and will continue to remain outperformer in the market. Okay, look at these stocks. Persistent System, they have been outperformer. The stock has been outperformer and continuous outperformer in the market. This is how you create wealth. And even if these stocks fall, they will most likely reverse from 21 period moving average. Most likely. I mean, exactly it may not reverse, but it will have propensity to reverse from 21 period moving average because these are strong stocks with RS greater than 0. Look at these stocks. I mean, do I need to speak anything? If you guys can just follow Eagle stocks as part of your momentum trading, look at this stock. Crazy. Look at Mindtree. Every time it comes to 21 period moving average, it reverses because it's a strong stock. Just follow Eagle strategy. I mean there is a process which Souradeep has taught to all of us, how to identify stocks and how to put alert and how to trade those stocks. Great process. You can use that process also to trade, or you can restrict yourself to these Eagle stocks. I would prefer major stocks of Eagle, not all the stocks, because not all stocks have volume, depth. But even if you take major stocks, you can make good money in momentum stocks. Now, the question which a lot of people have asked me that how to exit. Now, the exit model also I've discussed. For retail, it's important to exit early. Otherwise, you will be the last man in the party. And you don't want to be the last man in the party, because if you be the last man and the party gets over, then you will struggle a lot. So the best way to exit is look at this 2-hourly chart. And if in the 2-hourly chart super trend becomes negative and RS also goes below 0, then you exit the stock, right? If you can retain the position, if you can retain the position on a EOD basis without looking at 2-hourly chart, that means you have strong nerves. That is also advisable. But look at daily chart and trade based on 2-hourly chart. It's a good model which is working fine right now, and I would seriously recommend all of you to look at this model. For example, Tech Mahindra, it's a strong stock, it is reversing. For people who want to take a longer swing position, it's a buy. But for people who still want to wait for a confirmation, let RS also come above 0, 2-hourly RS also come above 0, and the super trend is anyways positive, then you buy. So probably you will have to compromise. You have to live this movement. Probably the stock will RS will come above 0 after this 1480 breakout. Live this movement if you want a double confirmation. But if you are okay to take a bit of risk, then it's okay to enter now also. So the best way is start with small capital. If you are planning to invest, say, 50,000 bucks in Tech Mahindra, then right now invest 10,000 because the stock is strong. And once the stock gives a breakout here, then invest rest 40,000 or keep building your position. This is a market where you should continuously build your position. This is not the market where you invest all the money in one single price and exit at one single price. So better to buy at every price point and exit at every price point. I think there is enough opportunity. I think this is the best market I have ever seen, even better than 2008, where the rally is so structural and there's so much money making opportunity. Adopting RS will give you a peace of mind and better way to work in this kind of a market. So I hope you are following this system, and I hope you continue to make money from the market. In fact, the bigger problem right now in the market is problem of plenty. There is so many ideas, and you have already. I am invested fully in the market now. The problem is that if I have to get into another idea, I have to exit some idea and then get into another idea, which is a big problem because it's very difficult to exit, especially when every stock is doing good. I have shared my portfolio a lot of times with my club members. These are the stocks where I am holding. So the way I do it every day, let me share this. So these are the stocks where I am holding on to my position. I'm active in the market, so I enter and exit also because market right now needs a lot of active. So the way I do it, that every day I don't look at these green guys because the green guys are anyways the guys I know will be green, but I do look at these red guys. Okay, for example, Pyramid Enterprise, it has become red, but it is still a strong stock for me. I will not exit this stock. Sova, it is still a strong stock for me, so I will not exit. Arvind Fashion. So what I do is based on my position in the market, I just on a daily basis look at these red guys. And if any red stock is beating my model, then I will exit that stock. So fortunately, whatever I'm holding, there are more plus and less minus, and I'm making money. So what you need to do also is track your reds every day and see whether there is an exit which has come into your red, and then exit that stock based on your model. Your model can be 2-hourly model or a daily model. Don't look at greens because greens anyways will happen. Don't feel good about the green, wo to hona hi hai. But red is asking you, is giving you an opportunity to figure out कि exit करना चाहिए, और अगर आपका मॉडल बोलता है तो exit करो वरना मत करो. So this is what I do every day, and obviously I have my own tracking stock list. So where is my stocks? So these are my stocks which I'm tracking on daily basis, and if I see any stock giving a good possibilities of movement, then I think about entering the stocks. Right now, none of these stocks are meeting my criteria. For example, BSC, it's not meeting my criteria. It is going up fine, but it is not meeting my criteria, so I can't buy this stock. I may lose an opportunity here because the stock has given breakout. It can go up from here, but it is not meeting my criteria. What do I do? MCX not meeting my criteria. Unfortunately, I have to let it go because I want a discipline in my life. Otherwise, so many stocks will come and go. I will get confused about these stocks. So it has given a breakout. MCX can go up further, but unfortunately, I have not invested because it is not meeting my criteria. Maybe it will just meet my criteria tomorrow. I will probably start with small capital tomorrow. Birla Tire not meeting my criteria. Trident, I'm already invested in this company, so don't have to worry. Bank of Baroda, just going to come and meet my criteria. So as I said, in PSUs, I can trust only State Bank and Bank of Baroda. So we'll be happy to invest. So tomorrow, if it comes here, it probably is giving me a hint to enter my position. And I will enter if the previous swing high is broken. So this stock definitely deserves an entry from me. CDSL, so so I'm holding on to this stock, although it's a bad trade because it's a weak stock, so I should ideally exit this stock. But I'm still holding because CDSL is more of a structural long-term story which I'm playing. It could turn out to be a mistake, but that's okay. I'm allowed 2-3 mistakes in market, right? Ambika Cotton, I've recently mentioned this in social. If you see my social post, I recently mentioned Ambika Cotton because cotton prices are up and This stock looks like an interesting play, a zero debt company. So it may go up. So I've added few positions there. Reliance, obviously, what do I say? I mean, Reliance and CDSL are like, even if they give me RS weak, I will not exit because these are all structural story which I'm playing. Century Plywood, very interesting structure. This is, I mean, this always, I was recommending earlier, but the stock became weak. I was waiting for this breakout to happen. Now the stock has become green, so I should enter. I actually missed this. I should have entered this. Indian Hotel, strong stock, everything is good, so I've already entered. Root Mobile negative. Again, I have to wait for this to come back to green. So yeah, so the moment it will come to green, I will enter. Let me share this important thing with you, which Bharat Trader, our friend who has developed this RS indicator with us. Here he has added new things in RS indicator. There's a very interesting thing called RS trend. RS trend is basically if RS is giving positive trend, the slope. If the slope is positive over a period of 5 period, then this will become green. This is also very interesting. What this does is this helps me to figure out stocks where there is reversal of RS happening. In fact, the same thing is there in StockEdge. If you go to scan, price, relative strength scan, so you see there is something called increasing relative strength. What is increasing relative strength? It is basically saying that if the slope is for last 3 days is positive, then I will enter this stock. So you see, this is pretty much what Bharat Trader did. Bharat has done it 5. We can actually change it to 3. That means if over a last 3 days, if the slope is positive, then I will buy. So when if it is green, it is giving me a hint that probably the stock is getting ready for a breakout. But I will only buy when the previous swing breakout happens. So you see this was a breakout which happened, but a bigger breakout is here. If it happens, then I will enter, otherwise I will not enter. So these are the list of stocks which I'm tracking because of over a period of time. I've added these stocks based on my understanding of the businesses of these companies. And whenever I see opportunity to enter in any of these stocks out of this list, I typically enter and I build my position in these stocks. This is pretty much my model, and I hope you find some utility in my model. Apart from that, I on a weekend I do this. Every weekend I will study the chart of these 500 companies. So I've kind of created a watch list of NSE 500 based on sectors. Every weekend I spend time studying these 500 companies, and daily basis I also study this to figure out what is happening in sectors. And the more I study these, the better I'm able to identify stocks which are relevant for my tracking. So if I like any stock, any structure of the stock, then I add that stock as part of my stock list. So two things: every weekend NSE 500, every day sector index watch list, and keep on adding your stock as your stock tracker based on your understanding or structure of that stock or your fundamental understanding of that stock, and then build your positions on only specific stocks which you believe will give you some kind of a aggressive return in the market. So this is it from my side, friends. As you know, these sessions are meant for more knowledge sharing from our side, not really Q&A sessions. You are most welcome to ask me questions on StockEdge Social or WhatsApp group, with WhatsApp for TMP members. For club members, please feel free to ask me questions by tagging me here. So you can just ask whatever question you have, tag me, and I'll make sure that I reply to you as early as possible. I hope you're finding our working satisfactory, and I hope you guys will continue to support us the way you have been doing. What has happened after COVID? I've become slightly slow. I don't know what has happened. I mean, I'm sure that you guys, some actually makes you, you who would have gone through COVID would realize this, that COVID actually slow because your reduced. Maybe it's a post effect of medications which I took. It will take some time for me to become the same which I was in the pre-COVID zone, very aggressive, very active. But with whatever orientation I have right now, I hope I will be there for all of you to add value in your journey. Feel free to connect with our support team, our knowledge team. Entire organization is there to make sure that your journey in stock market, a long-term journey in stock market, is as productive and useful as it can get. Thank you so much for attending this session tonight. I hope it was useful. Souradeep is always great, and I'm sure that you will find your stock ideas and your way of making money from market. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, support team, for organizing this every Friday, and you keep doing good work for our beloved members and TMP participants. Thank you. Bye-bye.